In the small town of Atchison, Kansas, sits a house that looks ordinary from the street. 2 stories, white brick, a sagging porch swing. The kind of place you'd pass without a second thought. But inside 508 North 2nd Street, time doesn't move the same way. Locals call it the Sallie House, and it's one of the most documented hauntings in America. The story begins in the early 1900s, when the home was owned by a physician. One day, a frantic mother carried her 6-year-old daughter, Sallie, into the house. The girl was clutching her abdomen, gasping in pain. The doctor diagnosed appendicitis and rushed to operate. The legend says he didn't wait long enough for the anesthesia to take. Sallie screamed and then went silent. She never left the house again. Decades passed. The house changed hands many times. Then, in the 1990s, the young couple, Tony and Deborah Pickman, moved in. At first, it was small things, lights flickering, the dog barking at corners, baby toys moving on their own. But soon, the atmosphere thickened. They'd wake up to the sound of footsteps pacing the nursery, slow, deliberate steps circling the crib. Sometimes they'd hear soft giggles or see a small handprint on the mirror, far too tiny to belong to anyone in the house. Deborah began speaking softly into the air, saying, "It's okay, Sallie. We're not here to hurt you." But Tony became the focus of something darker. He'd feel scratches appear on his chest, burning welts that formed before Deborah's eyes. He said he could feel her breath, hot, angry, right beside his ear. Word of the haunting spread quickly. Paranormal investigators, psychics, and camera crews flooded the small Kansas home. EVPs captured a girl's voice saying, "Mommy, get out." Photos showed strange mists, glowing orbs, even faces in the shadows of the nursery. One psychic claimed Sallie's spirit was trapped between innocence and rage, reliving the moment of betrayal, forever reaching for help. But others believed something else lived there, something that only pretended to be a little girl. When Tony was alone in the basement, he'd hear heavy breathing right behind him. Cold spots would drop the temperature by 20 degrees in seconds. Once, while he was working, his camera battery drained to 0, and every light in the room flickered on at once. He left that night and never went back down. Over the years, theories piled up. Some say the ghost truly is Sallie, the girl who died on the table, confused and seeking comfort. Others believe it's a malevolent entity feeding off the story, using her name as a mask. Visitors report sudden nausea, burning skin, and whispers near the staircase. Even skeptics admit the house has an energy that feels aware, like it's waiting. Today, the Sallie House sits empty most nights, rented for investigations and ghost tours. But neighbors say they still see lights flickering when no one's inside. Sometimes, a curtain moves upstairs, and a small silhouette stands watching. If you ever visit Atchison, the locals will tell you, don't knock on the door after dark. And if you do, don't wait for it to open, because the one who answers might not be alive. This is Joshua Tree Encounters, where UFOs, cryptids, and high strangeness collide.